Ray Dalio was born in New York in 1949. His father was a jazz musician. He was a mediocre student in school. He found school repetitive and monotonous and saw no practical applications for the skills he was learning. At 12, he started caddying at the Links Golf Club, which introduced him to many of the Wall Street professionals. He got a summer job for a trading firm. This started his investing career. After graduating from Harvard Business School, he founded Bridgewater Associates. He suffered some major setbacks and nearly went bankrupt during the Great Depression. He recollected himself and began the process of learning from his mistakes. He shifted his ideology from authoritative to an idea meritocracy approach where the wisdom of everyone in the organization could be utilized. Today, Bridgewater Associates is the largest profitable hedge fund in the world. What are principles? Values are what you consider important. They define who you are, but they cannot be applied practically. Principles are what allow you to live a life consistent with those values. Principles connect your values to your actions. They are beacons that guide your actions and help you successfully deal with the laws of reality. Principles are fundamental truths that serve as the foundations for behavior that gets you what you want out of life. They can be applied again and again in similar situations to help you achieve your goals. It is to your principles that you turn when you face hard choices. For any group or organization to function well, its work principles must be aligned with its members' life principles. Life principles. The struggle is a part of life. Evolution is learning from failure and growing. Get clear on your principles and write them down to get better clarity. To make sure that your principles are aligned with your values, think for yourself. What you want. What's the truth? What you should do. Dalio breaks his principles into the following broad principles. Embrace reality and deal with it. Use the 5-step process to get what you want in life. Be radically open-minded. Understand how people are wired differently. Learn to make decisions effectively. Embrace reality and deal with it. Dreams plus reality plus determination equals a successful life. Hyperrealism is accepting reality as it is rather than wishing it was different. We cannot obtain our desired outcome by turning a blind eye towards our weaknesses and insecurities. Truth is the essential foundation for any good outcome. Being radically open-minded and radically transparent enables you to see opportunities where others see problems. Realize that you have nothing to fear from knowing the truth. If someone is sick, it's natural to be scared. But facing the reality might help them in getting better treatment and paying attention to their health. Pain plus reflection equals progress. Evolution is the greatest force as it drives everything. It's the fundamental law of nature that to progress, one must endure pain. Deal with reality by accepting the outcome and focusing on things that are in your control, rather than complaining about things that are outside your control. Truth, or more precisely, an accurate understanding of reality, is the essential foundation for any good outcome. People who create great things aren't idle dreamers. They are grounded in reality. Use the 5-step process to get what you want in life. Dalio suggests the following iterative steps to achieve the results you desire. Step 1. Have clear goals. Set clear, audacious goals. Never rule out a goal because you think it's unattainable. Prioritize. You can have virtually anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. Step 2. Identify the problems that stand in your way. Your emotional mind hates to tackle problems, while your logical mind knows it's best to address them. Recognize the problems, and don't confuse them with the cause. Cause, not getting enough sleep. Problem, poor performance at your job. View painful problems as potential improvements that are screaming at you. Don't tolerate problems. Step 3. Accurately diagnose the problems to get at their root causes. To be more effective, diagnose the problem instead of jumping to the solution. Distinguish between the proximate causes and the root cause. Recognizing and learning from one's mistakes and the mistakes of others is critical to eliminating future problems. Step 4. Design plans that will get you around them. Design the solution before you act. The goal is to reduce the recurrence of the problem. Write down the plan and try to be as specific as you can be. Visualize how the design would work. Most people make the mistake of spending virtually no time because they are preoccupied with the immediate solution. Designing the plan does not take much time. And once the design is finalized, execution would be much smoother. Step 5. Do what's necessary to push these designs through to results. Great planners who don't carry out their plans go nowhere. You need to push through to accomplish the goals. Good work habits are vastly underrated. Prioritize your to-do list and do it consistently. Establish clear metrics to make certain that you are following your plan. Be radically open-minded. Things that get in the way of truth. Ego barrier. It's not easy to see your weaknesses and mistakes. Our defensiveness triggers when we are confronted with opposing views. The ego acts against us. Blind spot. Some people work independently because they think they are capable of doing everything. But in reality, this reduces their probability of succeeding on many fronts. You should try to find the most believable person possible who disagrees with you and try to understand their reasoning for it. You should appreciate the art of thoughtful disagreement. Remember, 1 + 1 = 3. When two people collaborate, they are 3 times more effective than if they operate independently. One might see what the other misses. The best thinking on any subject doesn't have to be in your head. You can look outside yourself and triangulate with others to find it. Successful people are those who can go above themselves to see things objectively and manage those things to shape change. Understand how people are wired differently. We all are wired differently. We differ in our physical as well as mental attributes. To manage others, we must first understand them. Knowledge of your and others' strengths and weaknesses will help you prepare well. Getting the right people in the right roles in support of your goal is the key to succeeding at whatever you choose to accomplish. Learn to make decisions effectively. Recognize that. 1. The biggest threat to good decision-making is harmful emotions. 2. Decision-making is a 2-step process, first learning and then deciding. Be an imperfectionist. Perfectionists spend too much time on small things at the expense of the important things. Remember the 80-20th rule and know what the key 20% is. The 80-20th rule states that you get 80% of the results from 20% of the efforts. Understanding this will help you in focusing on the important factors only. The best choices are the ones that have more pros than cons, not those that don't have any cons at all. Work principles. Dalio explains that building a great organization is about having great people and a great culture. The people and the culture work together as a machine to ensure the outcomes match the organizational goals. When working in an organization, it's important to agree upon the group's values and principles. When the group is clear about the values and principles, it creates a great culture for the organization. The broad principles are as follows. Get the people right. Get the culture right. Continuously evolve the machine. Get the people right. When you hire, look for the values the person holds and check if they could fit in with your organizational values. Recognize there is a high probability that the person you hire will not be the great person you need for the job. But that's all right because they could be trained and evolved. Make believability-weighted decisions. Believable people are those who have repeated successes and can explain the cause-effect relationships behind them. These people get more weightage in making decisions. Get the culture right. Create a culture where people are allowed to make mistakes and learn from them. Observe the patterns of mistakes to see if they are a product of weaknesses. Get over blame and credit and get on with accurate and inaccurate. Be extremely open and truthful and create an environment in which all your people speak up. Recognize that conflicts are essential for great relationships because they are how people determine whether their principles are aligned and resolve their differences. Be radically transparent and open-minded. Continuously evolve the machine. The fastest path to success starts with knowing what your weaknesses are and staring hard at them. You should continuously work on improving the people and the culture. Constantly compare your outcomes to your goals. Assign responsibilities and hold people accountable. Think like an owner and expect the people you work with to do the same. Provide constant feedback and put learning in perspective.